This documentary is presented purely for educational and historical documentation purposes. It does not promote, glorify, or encourage any form of illegal activity. All names and events are documented as part of open source research and public record. Viewer discretion is advised due to the subject matter's sensitive nature. When examining the complexities of the corrections system, it is essential to explore how institutions not only detain, but also classify, assess, and supervise individuals placed under their authority. Within the state of California, one such institution designed for these tasks is Wasco State Prison. Located in Kern County, WSP has served as a critical entry point for individuals newly sentenced to the state's custody since its opening in 1991. Its primary function is to temporarily house people who arrive from various counties, evaluate each person's physical and mental health, and determine security levels and program requirements before arranging long-term institutional assignments. In addition, WSP operates designated facilities for those who have moved beyond the initial reception process, maintaining a focus on stability, structure, and institutional support services. On March 14, 2025, Wasco State Prison became the site of a tragic incident resulting in the death of an incarcerated person. According to official statements from the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, staff at WSP observed a conflict among 3 incarcerated individuals in Facility A. The individuals named in this incident are Jose D. Castro, Darnell Rodas, and Angel Carrasco. At approximately 2:29 p.m., Castro and Rodas were seen engaging in an altercation with Carrasco, prompting correctional staff to intervene. Responding officers swiftly deployed standard procedures, such as chemical agents and non-lethal options, to de-escalate and bring the situation under control. Following this conflict, correctional officers began immediate life-saving measures on Carrasco. Emergency services were contacted, and Carrasco was quickly transported to the prison's triage and treatment area. Medical staff administered care while arrangements were made to move him to an outside medical facility for a higher level of treatment. Despite these efforts, Carrasco was pronounced deceased by a hospital physician at 3:51 p.m. the same day. In the aftermath, 2 improvised instruments were recovered at the scene. No other injuries were reported during the incident, and movement in Facility A was temporarily restricted to allow for a thorough inquiry. Officials stated that Castro and Rodas had been placed in restricted housing pending the outcome of an investigation led by the Wasco State Prison Investigative Services Unit, in coordination with the Kern County District Attorney's Office. This inquiry remains ongoing, with formal findings yet to be announced. Furthermore, the Kern County coroner will ultimately issue an official report on Carrasco's cause of death, preserving investigative integrity and adhering to legal protocols. The Office of the Inspector General was also notified, signifying the gravity of the situation and ensuring additional layers of oversight and transparency. Though unusual for many outside the system, conflicts resulting in lethal outcomes do occur within correctional environments. These incidents underscore the difficult balancing act prisons face, ensuring security while simultaneously providing rehabilitation programs, educational opportunities, and healthcare services for those in custody. Wasco State Prison, staffed by approximately 1,543 employees, houses around 3,900 incarcerated individuals. A significant subset of these individuals is housed in the reception center, undergoing evaluations and assessments, while a separate 1,000-bed medium custody facility accommodates the general population, offering institutional programs and assignments that support essential operations. An additional 400-bed minimum custody facility is responsible for maintenance and landscaping duties, further contributing to the prison's infrastructure. To fully understand the events of March 14, 2025, it is important to consider the backgrounds of the individuals involved. Angel Carrasco, age 34, was received from Tulare County on December 31, 2009. His original sentence mandated life without the possibility of parole for a first-degree lethal act. including the intentional discharge of a device from a motor vehicle toward a person, with added enhancements for criminal enterprise involvement and deliberate discharge causing severe injury or death. This background highlights the serious nature of his case, indicating his lengthy and irrevocable sentence under California law. Meanwhile, Darnell Rodas, aged 22, was more recently received from Los Angeles County on February 28, 2024. His sentence of 4 years originated from a second-degree robbery offense, and he was classified as a second striker. While a 4-year sentence often suggests a more limited term in custody, the second strike status indicates that Rodas had a prior conviction contributing to a stricter sentencing guideline. Jose D. Castro, age 37, also arrived from Los Angeles County, but on January 13, 2025, just 2 months before the incident. He was serving a 21-year sentence for voluntary manslaughter, carrying an additional enhancement for the use of a device. Each of these sentences reflects separate legal proceedings that culminated in the 3 individuals converging Wasco State Prison around the same time frame. Although all prisons enforce strict regulations aimed at minimizing clandestine activities and conflicts, these institutional frameworks cannot entirely eradicate the risk posed by interpersonal tensions and behaviors. When events such as this arise, comprehensive reviews are launched to determine whether operational or procedural modifications are warranted. Investigators work to identify contributing factors, including any prior interactions among the individuals involved, potential illicit contraband sources, or other underlying stressors. The presence of improvised instruments during the altercation further underscores the challenges facilities face in curbing the flow of contraband. Even in instances where staff respond quickly and medical teams act decisively, the inherent dangers within correctional environments remain a pressing concern for both administrators and advocates of prison reform. Situations of conflict call into question the broader aspects of incarceration, the balance between punitive measures and rehabilitative efforts, the distribution of resources to maintain order, and the moral and ethical obligations to safeguard the well-being of incarcerated persons under state care. The March 14th event has prompted a deeper look into the daily realities of incarceration, including issues related to mental health resources, classification procedures, and staffing levels. Critics often advocate for increased funding for therapy, education, and vocational programs, arguing that robust rehabilitation pathways can reduce the likelihood of future conflicts. Proponents of stricter security measures, meanwhile, emphasize the importance of controlling every facet of prison life, whether through technology upgrades, enhanced facility designs, or refined staff training in crisis intervention. In reflection, Wasco State Prison stands as one segment of a broader network of correctional institutions throughout California. Such facilities consistently assess their internal policies, adapt to evolving security challenges, and adopt new strategies to comply with statewide mandates. The death of any individual in custody, especially under circumstances suggesting lethal conflict, is a stark reminder of the gravity of these responsibilities. Balancing safety, justice, and opportunities for personal growth remains an evolving challenge for corrections administrators, legal authorities, and society at large. As the investigation at Wasco State Prison moves forward, it aligns with the structured protocols of the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. Collaboration with external bodies like the Kern County District Attorney's Office and the Office of the Inspector General ensures that the inquiry remains thorough and impartial. In the end, these measures serve to piece together the chain of events, preserving accountability and transparency. It is crucial to underscore that this article is produced solely for documentary, educational, and historical purposes. By dissecting the details behind this incident, readers and viewers may gain insight into the complexities of incarceration, the roles of institutional staff, and the broader impacts of sentencing laws. While the events described here are undeniably serious, it is hoped that the information presented can contribute to broader conversations on prison operations, conflict resolution, and reforms aimed at improving safety and outcomes for incarcerated individuals.